And a huge shout out to AC Infinity for sponsoring today's video. If you're looking for some high-tech quality equipment for your tent, check out acinfinity.com. Whether it's their clip-on fans, the Gen 2s, their air circulation systems, or their lights, check them out at acinfinity.com. Use promo code PIGEONS420. You're going to save a few dollars off at checkout. You're going to help support the show, and you're going to get yourself some quality equipment. Also, a huge shout out to Seedsman. If you're looking for some quality genetics from a quality place, check out Seedsman. Use promo code PIGEONS420. They're working with some of the best breeders in the game to hook you up with quality genetics. Check them out. Use promo code PIGEONS420 and thank them both for sponsoring today's video.
So there's this narrative out there that the legal market struggles today because of one thing and one thing only. Can you guess what that is? Is it government? Is it regulations? Is it pricing? Is it accessibility? Is it quality? No. That proponents of the legal market point the finger at the black market as the single culprit as to why the legal industry can't take foot. I'm tired of hearing this narrative because the majority of people that are not majority, but a lot of the people that are in the market today came from the black market. They came from the black market. And it seems like now once you make it, you shit on everyone behind you. And I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. So there's this story coming out of Fox of the biggest competitor to Utah's medical cannabis program right now, question mark, the black market. I completely disagree, but before we get into my opinion, the next tab is a video of how this narrative continues to spread. If you wouldn't mind throwing that on. Great. Now I'm gonna get suppressed. The news can put this on their shit, but I can't play it.
Alex Orge is one of the founders of Wholesome Co. He also helped campaign for the citizen ballot initiative that legalized cannabis before lawmakers replaced it with a highly regulated program.
The growth is tremendous. We're at 80,000 patients. Now we're seeing it start to mature. This is about where we're not seeing as much growth as we did in earlier years. And part of it is just that, I think, a knowledge about the program here. A lot of people still are unaware that medical cannabis is legal.
In fact, Wholesome Co. says its biggest competitor is still the black market.
They're traveling borders or they're getting it from the illicit market.
The Utah Patients Coalition, which advocates for those wanting medical cannabis access, says cost remains the biggest hurdle.
Hear me out. Hear me out. I do not believe that the only proponent to the legal market is the black market. I totally disagree because it's the people involved in the legal market that have botched the system, and that's exactly who you have to blame. The regulation has been over the top. It's like a lottery system. Here in Canada, when the cannabis industry became legal in 2018, it was a lottery system. So essentially you put your name in, they put the, I don't know actually know how they did it, but I'm assuming they did some kind of pull names out of a hat kind of thing. But the influence would have been money. So the fees, the regulatory tax, the hoops that you have to jump through and pay are essentially hindering the system. It does not focus on quality. It doesn't focus on expertise or wisdom or knowledge in the field. It comes down to money. It comes down to money. Do you have enough money to throw up huge warehouses? Do you have the money to go through the extensive quality control, the manufacturing, the compliances that you have to follow in regards to safety for bottles and containers? The openings on these are ridiculous. That costs money. Who can do that? People with money, people with power. So then essentially, that's what hinders the problem. What about the price? What about the price of legal product? Why is it that you still can, why are there eighths for anything more than $20. And an eighth for $20 is pretty expensive. Shout out to Toba Grown. I know you can get 5 grams for $20 through his stuff. And it's like, this is the kind of thing that needs to happen. There should be no such thing as $100 eighths, $100 quarters. That's ridiculous. That's a lot of money. When you can go to the black market, it's not the black market's fault that the legal market is still trying to charge people an arm and a leg for the product. The only advantage that the black market has is that it's been tried, tested, and is true. It works. It levels itself out. I remember when you used to buy grams for $15 to $20. I remember almost to the day, like I remember where I was when Grand Theft Auto came out or when Dale Earnhardt passed away. I remember when weed went down to $10 a gram. I thought it was amazing. Why did it go down to $10 a gram? Because competition. Because there's more people sprouting up. So you can get $10 a gram from them, $10 a gram from them, 10 from there, 10 from there, 10 from there. Well, guess what? Now it's a matter of who's got better shit. I'm not going to the guy who's giving me stems and sticks. I'm going to the guy who's giving me that fire. That's the difference. Now the problem is that when you go to the legal market, it's all red tape. It's black tape. It's a who you are kind of system. It's a who you are. Here in Canada, we've got one of the most corrupt corporations dominating the game, and I'm talking about Canopy Growth. Sorry, that stings for people, but the amount of shit that they got away with, I've done videos on it. They don't like me. I've done videos on it, but the reality is they dominate, and they've violated the law. They've had shitty product. Their prices are way too high. They've literally been busted smuggling product. It was actually before it was Canopy Growth. I believe it was Tweed. Was it Tweed? I gotta get my facts straight before I start talking shit. But it was Canopy Growth before it was Canopy Growth. They were busted on trading day smuggling hockey bags full of weed across the border. Guess what they got penalized with? Nothing. Nothing. Because they were gonna go public the next day. Crazy, crazy. That's the reality of it. Well, you've got mom and pop out here growing incredible shit, but can't afford to get it to the market. When in fact, all they should be able to do to get started is start a farmer's market, man. You should be able to take your shit down to the market, put it on a table, and people should be able to walk in and get it. And then you know what? That starts a little bit momentum. After a couple months of doing those kind of sales, next thing you know, you can buy a bigger shed. Now you can hire somebody. Next thing you know, maybe you're getting a storefront. Maybe you're getting, but no, because you can't have a farmer's market because it's weed, it's bad. And it's like, no. I got buddies where I can sit down, or I had buddies, allegedly. I Googled a buddy one time. I can sit down in his house, smoke his herb, get to try some of it, and then he's like, which one would you like? I'd be like, God, man, if I couldn't take all 3, I could pick after a sample. You walk into a liquor store, they give you liquor, they give you samples, they feed you shots, and then you drive home. Like, come on. And you can't even smell fresh bud. So I get it. I don't get it. I don't like the narrative that the black market is to blame. No. If anything, the black market thrives because of the legal market's fumbles. That's not the black market's fault. That's the legal market fucking it all up for everyone. That's the reality of the situation. So, and I could keep going on. The banking issues, the fact that businesses can't get banking, can't get real financial backing, any real security for their finances. What? It's not federally legal yet? What? So it's like, no. Don't blame the black market for the legal market's woes. The legal market's fucking it up all by itself. And thank heavens there's somewhere else to go. That's my opinion, and if you agree or disagree, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you. I mentioned last week that a lot of the OGs in the system don't want to see legalization. This is why. Because it's fumbled. This system works already. It's been working. It's fine. The product's pretty damn good. So it's like, you weigh the pros and cons. It's like, I get it. I get it. I understand why it's just like, leave the plant alone. Don't touch it. That's not an opinion I agree with. I do believe, sorry, I'm on the edge of my seat. You got me going here, folks. I do believe in regulation. I do think there should be some regulation. I don't think kids should have access to it. And that's such a vague statement to say, because as a Canadian, my government runs off that statement. Well, we don't want kids to get it. Well, we don't want kids to get it. Yeah, well, they're getting it. They're getting it. So it's like, that can't be the basis. But, you know, I do believe that it should be in separate shops. It should be like sold in the same way that you get tobacco or vitamin. I guess you can't say vitamins per se. Some vitamins are behind the counter, but the same way you get a prescription. You know, you go behind the counter. You can find that sometimes in a drugstore. You can find that sometimes in like you can find a pharmacy in all kinds of locations. So it's like, that's how it should be, I think. But what's your version of legalization? That's what I want to ask, because we see the black market, we see what's trying to be a legal market, but what's your version of a legal market? Forget about what's been done. What's your version? I would like to see. You know, I kind of agree that there shouldn't be dispensaries or alcohol shops next to schools. That's kind of something where I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. Okay, that's fine. I get it. So there's some regulation that I can get behind. What's your version of legalization look like? I want to hear from you guys.